Turning now this morning to that major shakeup in the Mavs ownership, a Las Vegas casino family confirming their intent to buy a majority stake in the team from Mark Cuban. And we got in touch with Cuban via email. We asked him why he's selling that majority stake. His reply, to put the Mavs in a better position to compete. Media has always been our biggest source of revenue. You know what's happening there. I think a new arena, real estate area, and hopefully a future resort casino can replace what we lose in media and fund current and future Mavericks. That media revenue he's referring to, the regional sports networks, many of them declaring bankruptcy recently, like Bally's that broadcast Mavericks games. To Cuban, though, the revenue that casinos could generate, especially if partnered with a sports arena, could help make up for any losses in that media revenue. Tiffany Liu is live outside the AAC this morning. And Tiffany, Mark Cuban tells us he's confident that gambling will be legal in Texas at some point, but that is certainly easier said than done. It's something people have been pushing for a long time here.
Yeah, Mark, you know, there's always been a buzz about legalizing gambling here in the state of Texas, but it just never seems to make the cut in Austin. I want to give you a background of what happened this most recent legislative session. There were actually two bills about gambling that were up, and it never made it to Governor Greg Abbott's desk. That first bill would have allowed online sports betting, and that passed in the House, but it didn't make it any further in the Senate. Now, that second bill would have allowed for a limited number of commercial casinos in Texas to have resorts, entertainment, and shopping amenities. Two of those would have been reserved for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That second bill, it passed the initial vote on the House floor, but it just never made it any further during the legislative session. And what's interesting about both of those bills is that they were authored here in the DFW area by Plano and Fort Worth state representatives, and efforts so far have failed. But perhaps this majority sale of the Dallas Mavs could shake things up a little bit. We know that Mark Cuban has long talked about bringing gambling here to the state of Texas. The new owner, Miriam Adelson of the Las Vegas Sands Empire, is likely the person who can push things towards legalizing it. She not only owns casino resorts, but she's also one of the largest Republican Party financial supporters, now playing ball in Texas that could change the gambling game. A lot of people are saying this is possibly the most expensive political move yet. $3.5 billion of the sale of the Dallas Mavericks. And now, Mark, let me ask you this. Would you bet on gambling coming to Texas?
I think that the Adelsons are making that bet as we speak this morning. Tiffany, appreciate the insight. We continue to dig into the future of the Mavericks and what it means for Texas as a whole. You can read up on that future majority owner, Miriam Adelson. There's an entire biography and more on how she became the 5th richest woman in the world. You can read up on the Adelsons on our website at WFAA.com.